Hey, people of Earth, and welcome to another episode of the Just for Giggles podcast. I'm your host, Aubrey Friedrich, and today I quite literally have no topic for the episode. And to be quite frank, I thought about not recording at all just because I'm so tired and burnt out. I thought about not posting this week and just completely doing whatever because I have no topic. But I was like, you can just go through the Rolodex of your mind and talk until you feel you've talked sufficiently enough. So here I am, not even an hour ago. I was sitting outside, rolling in the grass with my cats like a little worm. They're all barn cats, guys, so it's not as weird as it sounds. I spend a lot of time with them nowadays just to get away from life, I guess. You know, regroup, try and keep myself at peace. But as I was setting up, I was thinking about potential things I could talk about or just little random stories I could tell. And I was thinking about several years ago when I was at the dentist office. My dentist told me I have a slightly offset jaw. So my bottom jaw, of course, not the top one, you can't really do anything about it. It's slightly offset. One of my teeth on my left side, when you bite down, you're supposed to have another tooth touching it or whatever. One tooth doesn't have something to bite down on. And supposedly the only way to correct it is through surgery, but it's not severe enough that they care enough to fix it. So I'm living life within a slightly offset jaw, and that's completely okay. I'm fine with that. Lately, I've really been into Sombers music. That's all I listen to nowadays. Shout out to Larray. Larray, one of his recent YouTube videos was him, what is it? His Ride or Die series, and he had him on as a guest. And I was like, who is this guy? Singer, I guess. And I went and checked out his music. I vibed with it. So his album, I Barely Know Her, it's his debut album, which is really cool. I love that. It's all I listen to, really. 12 to 12 is a great song. I mean, of course, a good chunk of people know Back to Friends because it's all over TikTok and whatnot. The other day, I had some friends over for a little Labor Day get-together, and I'm not sure how it happened, but we decided we were going to play the quiet game. I guess that's what boring people do at their little get-togethers. But we did have a little bonfire or whatever. We had buffalo chicken dip, but it was with turkey, so buffalo turkey dip, because I live on a turkey farm, and turkeys everywhere. It tastes the exact same, guys, and it was delicious, and I made it, and it was fantastic. And then we also decided to make s'mores, and that was great. And later in the night, we decided we were going to play Piles, which I don't know if any of you guys have heard of the game. I don't even know how to describe it. Apparently, essentially, there's just a bunch of cards, and they all have an article of clothing on it, and you're supposed to match all of the things together because each article of clothing has 3 other cards of the same article of clothing, but they're all different colors, and you gotta match them all up with each other within its own little pile. And then once you get all 6 of your piles, then you yell Piles, and hopefully you win. And there was one round where I absolutely finessed. I blocked 2 people from winning all in the same turn, and I won. It was amazing. And we were all yelling at each other because we were all hugging each other's cards, because it's a bit of a strategy to not only find your own cards, but to block other people from picking up their own. And it was overall a really good time. It was a really good time. We kept yelling at one of our friends because he was always on his phone, because a little future situation, a future relationship brewing. We hope. Good for him. The weather is at the point nowadays, now that it's September, where you could stand in the sun, and I love it. It's comfortable. It's nice. I'm chilling, but as soon as you step in the shade, it's 5 degrees colder. I'm not a fan. I'm a warm weather person. I do like wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts though, and I like the fall aesthetic. I just like being warm. I like the sunshine. I like when it's sunny, etc., etc. So it's definitely that time of year where I guess so sad, so sad. But the world keeps spinning, and hopefully I'll be around for next summer. Not tomorrow is never promised. That's my point here. Tomorrow's never promised. Me and my friend Fairy, we all know her, we all love her. We were over here because she was the first friend to arrive at our little get together the other day, and we were down here messing with chalk markers that we found, and we wanted to see which ones worked. So we were just writing on our little chalkboard, and anytime we found one that worked, we'd write some sort of like brain rot term or like some sort of inside joke. And like over on the chalkboard, we have like Jet 2 holiday, and I don't know, go ask your mother, because that's an inside joke of ours. Just a bunch of silly, goofy things like that. And it was hilarious, and it was a good time. We made a couple TikToks, and they're really funny. I'm really missing the days of my pink hair. I like to look at flashbacks of it. So fun, so fun. I don't know. I feel like I will go back to the pink hair at some point. I just don't know when. Not right now, but maybe in the future. Very short-lived period of life. See, the other day, I was helping my little sister with an essay for school because I guess over, I don't know, the course of my years in school, I've been known to absolutely obliterate other people's essays. Not obliterate, but I go hardcore with peer review because a lot of times when people write essays, because this is for an AP literature class, so you gotta like actually sound like you know what you're talking about. A lot of people, when they write essays, talk in like the simple language that we speak with. So a lot of it was not only like fixing grammar or making sentences like sound right, that whole shebang, but it was making you like sound more sophisticated within reason, because we're not trying to make it sound like AI wrote it. Although we did have, she has like Grammarly on her computer, and there's like a bunch of like the yellow lines which you need like Grammarly like plus or premium for, and because of my corrections we knocked out almost all of them. I think there might have been like 2 left, and we were like, who cares? So I killed it, if I do say so myself, but we spent a lot of time getting sidetracked and just overall laughing. I think this is what, episode maybe like 9 or something, which is weird because that means that I've been posting these for over 2 months, which means this has been in the works for maybe like 3 or 4 months. That's an absolutely insane thing to me. I think about that all the time. And I still like to look at the stats, not that the numbers ever mean anything to me. I like to see which episodes people are consuming. It's very skewed, and it's kind of hilarious, but I appreciate everyone for listening, for watching. I sound very monotonous today, but as I said, I'm just very bleh and tired, but I'm actually, I need to stop putting so much pressure on myself to do everything perfectly. And, the whole premise of this is to be real and not to be staged. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode. Excuse me. But yet again, people are a lot quicker to compliment my bob. So, like, it looks like a little crazy right now because I need to wash it, but it's okay. But I met some new people the other day, and we were talking about our hair, and I was like, yeah, I used to have like long hair down to my rib cage, and now it's like super short. And she was like, oh, I think it's just so cute on you, and blah blah blah. And I was like, hee, thank you. Little things like that always brighten my day. Or like that same girl was talking to like a distant relative of mine, and they brought me up somehow during their conversation, and she was like, oh yeah, you'll love her, she comes from a great family. And I was like, hee. I don't know if or when I've ever talked to this relative. I I've definitely heard her name and I've definitely seen her face, but putting them together is going to be a bit of a struggle. And that's okay. I've noticed I've been like really bad with names lately. I'm just meeting so many new people and having all of their names committed to memory is definitely definitely a struggle. The Summer I Turned Pretty only has 3 episodes left. Actually, one of the episodes has like come out today, I think. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday, but I always have a watch party with Fairy, and we have to figure out when our schedules can line up so we can watch them together. And it's just a big fat chaotic mess. So we'll see what happens. I'm very intrigued to see what happens with these last 3 episodes because pause or skip if you're behind in the series. The wedding already quote unquote happened. So like what else is there to what else is there to see or tell or you know? Also the one scene in the last episode with like Conrad and Jeremiah out, I don't even know where they were. But we're like, oh dude, it was so intense. And the watch parties are always so fun because I'm a rather quiet spectator as where she just yaps and yaps and yaps and is going at it. We were going it's always a blast. I just have a tendency to like dissociate and zone in. Lately, I've picked up watching Ghosts. That TV show is actually really fun. I think I'm maybe like halfway through season 1 and there's 4 seasons with the 5th season coming out in October, which is great. It's a nice little new TV show. Because let's see, before that, I was watching School Spirits, new season of that coming out soon. Before that, I was watching Criminal Minds, new season of that coming out soon. And I love all of those shows so much. They're all kind of similar with like the spooky-esque vibe. Speaking of TV shows, the season 34 Dancing with the Stars cast was announced today. I'm really excited. Let's see, I think Jordan Childs with Ezra Sosa is going to be a great pairing. I'm really excited to watch them. Robert Irwin and Whitney, really excited to watch that too. They're going to be a blast. I love that they had, what's her name? Oh, the girl that played Topanga in Boy and Girl Meets World. I'm really excited to watch her. I just love the show. I love the show. While I was rolling around in the grass earlier, I started thinking, like, after you mow the lawn, obviously there's like the grass clippings, and you see them for like maybe a day after you mow the lawn. But where does it go? Like, does it really like disintegrate that fast, or does it all just like blow away? What if there's no wind? Is it just like where exactly is the grass? You know what I'm saying? I, that's so stupid. I don't, weird thoughts. Weird thoughts. I was just thinking while this is like a back thought that was in my mind while I was literally just talking about grass, but this thought has nothing to do with grass. I was thinking about how I take the mic clip off of this mic because as previously established in an episode, I don't remember what episode, that fiddling with the mic clip tends to like make little clicking sounds. So you guys hear clicking sounds when you like rotate it or whatever. Oh, and I just dropped it. I'll pick it up later. But I started recording and I realized I had the mic clip still on. I was like, nope, I need to take it off before I get any ideas and start fiddling with it. And I had it on because I gave it to Fairy for a football game because she's the school mascot and she wanted to be like mic'd up for, I don't know, some student section video to post on like Instagram or something. And she literally almost lost them at the game because I gave her both of the mics because I have 2. She almost lost them. She left them on the condiment table at the concession stand. And then one of the girls that I know, I'm not going to explain it. She found it and then she went up to our head of school and our superintendent with them and she was like, hey, I found these. And Fairy and I were talking to each other, and she looks over and she's like, "Oh, I think those are." She either has the same mics as me, or like, and she realized she forgot them or didn't know where they were, and she goes up and she's trying to get them back, and we eventually get them back, and I'm like, "Girl, I can't believe you almost lost those. Like, if you lost them, you're buying me new ones." You're buying me new ones. And instead of like putting them in my pocket, because I wasn't carrying like a purse or anything, or a bag or anything of the sort, and I didn't want to like shove them in my jeans pocket because I didn't want them to break, I literally clipped them to my neckline and walked around like an idiot. But it's okay, because it's quite the conversation starter. At this same football game, oh my goodness, it was that girl that found the Mike's husband. I was talking to him because he's hilarious and I love talking to him. He was wearing Brooks, like the shoe brand, but they had like little beers on them. Like they were so they were so fun, and we were talking about them for a bit. Earlier, Hope one texted me saying that a chicken bacon ranch pizza sounds really good, and I love chicken bacon ranch because I love chicken, I love bacon, I love ranch. Duh, duh. But one of my favorite things to do with the pizza is like drizzle hot sauce on top of it. I think that's delicious. Don't knock it till you try it. I think it's great. There's no more to that thought. I just wanted to put that out there. New thought: I'm a chronic self repeater. I repeat myself constantly, whether I need to or not. I mean, obviously, there's times where people ask me to repeat myself because they didn't hear me or whatever. Sure, no problem. There's sometimes where I'm telling stories to different people and I have to repeat myself a lot, or I'll forget that I told somebody a story and I'll have to repeat it again. I just, my memory is so. I don't know. I'm not with it. I'm not mentally with it a lot. New thought. I prefer hot dogs over hamburgers. People might call me crazy for that one, but I I just do. I There's no real reasoning behind it. I just like hot dogs more than hamburgers or cheeseburgers. Back in like elementary school or whatever, but before I went to the trade school or whatever, my junior and senior year, whenever we would have hamburgers for lunch, we'd be going through the lunch line, and the one like lunch lady would be like, hamburger or cheeseburger, but like you could barely hear the or, so it just sounded like they were saying hamburger, cheeseburger. And every single time we had hamburgers, it took everything in me to just like not auto say Big Mac Whopper. Could you imagine? I'd just a random genetic not genetic, just a random like brain impulse. Have I ever had a Whopper? I don't think I've ever had a Whopper, and I think I've maybe had a Big Mac maybe like twice in my life. And obviously, it wasn't really memorable enough to tell you what I thought of it. I'm more of a chicken nuggets person at McDonald's. I don't know the last time I was at Burger King either. I feel like there's going to be like some insane background noise in this episode, and if there is, I do sincerely apologize. I do my best to turn off all sound making things, but there's only so much I can do. So I apologize if you hear anything crazy in the background. That is really unfortunate, and I really do apologize. A week or two ago, I was at work, and as I've probably said a couple times, I work as a nail artist. Um, I asked my client what color she wanted her nails to be. I handed her all of my little swatched polishes so she can see them. And some of the swatches that I have are like square tips and the other ones are like rounded. They just are. I've got no explanation behind it. And she chooses a color, and she's like, because we were just doing it on her natural nails, no like acrylics or anything. And she was like, I kind of want them shaped like the way your like wand swatches were, referring to the round ones. So I get to filing her nails, and I file like the one, I file like her pinky, and I show it to her, and I was like, what do you think about this? And she's like, it's not rounded enough. I round it more. And she's like, It's still not da 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 da. And she just kept going on and on. Oh, it's to this, it's to that, blah, 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 blah. Home girl. And at the end, I don't even think it was the same shape as the swatch. But I just kept telling her, I was like, I will do whatever as long as you leave happy. And unless she was lying to me, she left happy. And I was like, you literally cannot hurt my feelings. Tell me if you think something is wrong. So she's either a really good liar or she liked him, which is good, and I'll take it. Sometimes I think back to the days when I used to not make my bed. I don't even remember what it was really like, because now I roll out of bed eventually whenever I do in the morning. And like the first thing I do once I like get off my bed is literally like grab the sheets or whatever and fix them and make the bed, readjust the pillows, make everything look nice and neat. What was I doing before? I don't know. Like making my bed is like elite level status. What on earth was I doing? And I used to have like a super messy room. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it still gets messy, but it's never as messy as it used to be. I was thinking about this while I was rolling around in the grass earlier. See, I have these all random thoughts and I just can't keep them well grouped. But I was like, if I had to give up one of the five senses, which one would I do for like the rest of my life? Which of the five senses would I give up? So like there's sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. I'm between smell and taste. Because taste, I could eat all the vegetables that I need to, or all of the things that I taste gross that are actually supposed to be good for me, and not have to worry about it. But I feel like, would I have no taste at all, or would everything taste the same? I'd think I can't taste anything at all. So maybe that's the way to go. But then the smell has a thing, because I wouldn't have to smell anything like bad or gross. But then I couldn't smell anything that smells good. And a big fear of mine is smelling bad. So maybe I'd have to go with taste. Because sight, I don't know what I'd do without my sight. And sound, I don't know what I'd do without sound, because I listen to music or like audiobooks, or like I just listen to a lot of things in general. And touch, I feel like that's self-explanatory. I don't know, I'm just very grateful that I have all five of them. And I'm well equipped in that world. Yesterday I was at the gas station and I was like, I was, filling the gas. I only really wanted to put like $20 worth of gas in the tank. So I was like, watching it, because I didn't go inside and like prepay. I just stuck my card in the thing, then put the little pump into the car, started filling it with fuel. So I'm obviously watching to pay attention so it doesn't go crazy. And another car pulls up like on the other side of me, and I don't think anything of it, because that's a normal thing that happens at gas stations, right? And then I hear this really loud voice, and it's like talking to me, and I was like, I didn't really recognize the voice, but I was like, well, maybe it's somebody I know or whatever. And then he like walks around so I can like see him around the gas pump. I don't know who this guy is, but he's a nice old guy, and he's like, while you're at it, you can put your car in my pump and fill my tank up too. I mean, funny point, I guess, but I was low-key kind of scared for my life. I'm sure he was a nice guy, but definitely a little worried in that moment. But then fill up the gas tank, and I wanted it to print a receipt, so I click. It asked me if I wanted a receipt. I click yes. It's printing. What? And then I get no receipt. So I think it was like out of paper or whatever. So I left. And when I was leaving, the dude that was like talking really loud to me came out of like the building or whatever, and I like waved at him. He seemed like a really nice guy, so I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt, because I know he wasn't I know he probably didn't have any malicious intent, but by like talking to me, because I think he said, I don't know. I'd rather have nobody talk to me at the gas station unless I know who you are. There's one time I was at a gas station, different gas station, but it was also Speedway in the same town. Anyway, and some old lady walked up to me and asked me how to get on the highway from where we were. And I've lived in the same town my entire life, but somehow I was like, it was, I don't know, maybe like 9 or 10 at night, and I was like really tired, and I just wanted to go home and go to bed. And something like possessed me to think I was on 2nd Street instead of 5th Street. So I was like, hey, you have to go this way, and then you have to go that way, blah, blah, blah. You have to. I totally gave that lady the wrong directions. So I low-key kind of feel bad. I hope she made it where she needed to go. That's an embarrassing story. Why is it that I only have like old people that I like? I don't know. Again, wow. Gas station stories are crazy. Another time, my little sister and I were at a gas station, and we only stopped there because I had to pee. But we go inside, and she obviously goes inside to use the bathroom too, because we were on a road trip. We were going to the Descended Zombies Worlds Collide tour. Fantastic. And I was like, Maisie, can you find like the nearest rest stop or something? And the closest one was closed. And I was like, find a gas station or something. And she's like looking it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a Casey's. Look up exactly how to get there. So I take the exit, of course, and then we find it there. And we pull up and we park and we go into the stalls, and the bathroom's empty. It's just the two of us. And she's like, hey, there's no toilet paper in my stall. I was like, hang on, give me a minute. Finish my business, wash my hands. And I get her some toilet paper and I hand it to her from under the door. What a blessing. What a blessing. The weirdest things happen at gas stations, I'll tell you that. I think that, like, about 2 or 3 days ago, I don't remember exactly, I went to CVS, like I do just about every month, to go pick up my prescription. Yeah, it was on Monday because it was Labor Day, and I felt bad enough going on Labor Day because I know the employees don't really want to be there when a bunch of the country has the day off and they're stuck working at the pharmacy, whatever. But I needed the medication, so I pull up, and I had 2 prescriptions that were ready, but the one doesn't matter. The one that's important to the story, they give me 2 bottles, or like whatever. And the way they are is they're not the ones that they have to personally like self count out themselves. Like I don't really know how pharmaceutical things work, but they're like pre-done, like branded or what, I don't know. But I'm supposed to get 2 bottles of it because like each bottle has like 15 days worth of the medication in it. And every month I go to get my 30-day supply because that's what my doctor sends, or just how they do it in the medical world. So I grab the medication, well, they hand it to me, whatever, and I go home and I take them out of their bags, and I realize there's only 1 bottle in there. Dude, what? Like, I'm sorry? And there's nothing they can do about it after the prescriptions or medicines leave the store, and I went through the drive-thru. So like, what's a girl supposed to do? No, excuse me? And what are they gonna do? Think I lied? Because I mean, I don't know, is it a like dangerous drug? I don't think so. I mean, maybe it could be, but I don't know. I could definitely put more effort into it and like look into it and see if I can figure something out. But I don't care enough. I genuinely don't care enough. So I'm just gonna ride it out and hope I don't die. But if I do, for any unforeseen circumstance, which would be rather unfortunate, I'm pretty content and happy with the life I've lived. Is there still plenty of things down the road that I'd like to do and achieve and explore, etc.? Yes. But if I were to die even today, I don't think I could be that upset about it. Sometimes, I think I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about like DNRs and DNIs, and if I should ever like sign one or whatever. I don't know, because it's such an up in the air thought. Because there's like some cases where I'd be like sedated or whatever, and I'd be like, yes, I want to fight and I want to live. Or there's some where I'd be like, I don't want to suffer for the rest of my life. Just, I'm ready. Pull the plug. I'll be watching you from above, type of thing. It's a very interesting thought, I guess. I am legally an adult, so I wonder if I could probably. I mean, I legally can, but I mean, I'd have to go through the effort of like getting a legally binding will written. I don't really know what I would do. Like, give all my possessions to my siblings. That's about all I got. There's not much else to say. And if my siblings don't even want it, excuse me, they can give it to other friends and family, sell it for all I care. It's not that deep, personally. I also have the thought, do I want to be like buried or cremated? I don't know. Cuz I feel like being buried is more traditional, but like I'm pretty sure I looked this up like several weeks, probably like a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago. I was like, which one's cheaper? Cuz I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily paying for it cuz I'm dead, even though the money is probably coming out of like my bank account or something. I don't really know how that works. But I'm pretty sure cremation is cheaper. I I don't know. Do I it's an ongoing thought. This is such a 360 from the previous thought, but I just had Cane's toast. Like Cane's Texas toast pop into my head. It is so good. Like I could go for one right now. Well, not actually, I'm pretty full, but I can taste it in my mouth and it sounds delicious. So would I give up taste? Oh, geez, not this again. What a world we live in to where we're gifted with the sense of taste. An insane thought. Actually, this isn't even a thought. It's a pure idea, and I will die on this hill, and I can talk and argue until I'm blue in the face. I hate AI. I hate it with a burning passion. I hate it. I hate it. You can't prove me that it's great. Like the only form of AI that I use is Grammarly, and I don't even really use it because I'm not really writing anything proficient anytime. Like last time I like used Grammarly was the other day when I was helping Maisie with her paper, and it didn't really like do a whole lot for us. Like it corrected a couple things when she like misclicked a key. But I hate AI. Oh my goodness, it can be good. It can be good. Guys. It's so bad for the planet. Like the amount of energy it takes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't get me wrong. I am not the most educated in the subject. There's a lot of things in the world that I'm not like well educated on and not qualified to speak on. But to sum it up, I hate AI. You have no idea. It's probably one of the things I hate the most. That and people who hate on other people for liking something. Those are like the top of my list things that I hate. I think that's all I have for today's episode. This probably wasn't very long and probably not the most interesting, but it's okay because I this was a well needed debrief for me to yap and just get my mind off the world around me. Um, Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening, watching from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it, and I love you all. Like or subscribe or follow or whatever. I still don't really like saying that, but I don't know. I hope to spread some joy to other people, and you know what I'm saying. I hope you guys stick around for the next episode. Again, love you all. cue the non-existent outro.